about illegal immigration. And so why is it that so many people move to the U.S. illegally and our population keeps on growing with many different people? Well, we have many illegal immigrants, and our population says that there's about 8 to 20 million illegal immigrants in the U.S., but that's as of 2012, and that number is not correct because many illegal immigrants do not want to say where they came from or that they're present in the U.S. because then they would be in risk of deportation. In other words, they would be in risk of going back to where they came from. And studies show that California and Texas have the most illegal immigrants. The national origin of the illegal immigration population is 56% that come from Mexico, 22% that come from Africa, Europe, and China, and 22% that come from other Latin American countries. The maps show the illegal immigration population as of 2004. As you can see, there's over 1 million illegal immigrants in California and in Texas, and the other states have their own populations. And then the national origin of the illegal immigrant population is shown there as well. Now the question is, why did they come to the U.S.? Well, usually they come for a better lifestyle. But sometimes there's a war in their country and they would like to just get out of it and be safer. And usually they come for better jobs. They have usually a better job offer in U.S. than they do in Mexico or in China or in India. And sometimes they just come for better economic opportunities. Sometimes they're just forced to come because they're either too young or they're not allowed to be living alone, and their guardian either needs to come to the U.S. or wants to come to the U.S. And sometimes they just come for better education. There's a Dreamers organization and foundation that helps the illegal students who want to keep on studying. For example, if they come here and they are not allowed to go to the university, the Dreamers organization and foundation will help them keep on going. Now what can you do? Well, something small goes a long way. So something small that we can do is just to get to know people before we judge them. For example, say that it's an illegal immigrant who you're judging negatively. Well, without a choice, most likely it could be that they had to come here without a choice, and they're going through a hard time. And if you would just hold back your judgment, you could make your small help go a long way. Now I have a story about one of my best friends. Her name is Michelle, and she actually came to the U.S. illegally at the age of 4 because her parents had no choice but to come. Her mom is a professional volleyball player, and her team was moving down to the U.S., and her mom, of course, wanted to keep on going. Her dad had to give up professional horseback riding to move with their wife, and her mom eventually had to give up her volleyball career because they had their younger sibling of my best friend, and they thought it was too big of a risk to go back to Mexico, so they decided to stay here. And that is my TED Talk.